Okay, today we're going to be talking about el gerundio, or in English, the gerund, and this is the ing form of the verb. This should probably be reviewed, but there are a few things that are very new and kind of complicated. So normally when you're forming the ing of a verb, you're going to take off the ending, and if it's an AR verb, you're going to add ando, so clavando, which would be hitting. For mover, it's an ER verb, so it's going to be yendo, moviendo, or moving. If it's an IR verb, it is also going to be yendo, so escribiendo, or writing, ando or yendo, for almost all verbs. There are a few things you have to remember. If your verb is an ER or IR verb, and the stem ends in a vowel, you have to add a Y. So if it's an ER or IR verb where the stem ends in a vowel, so for example, leer, creer, caer, you have to add the Y. So creyendo, leyendo, cayendo. For IR verbs, they do stem change. AR and ER verbs do not stem change, but IR verbs do, and they only change either to I or to U. They don't change to IE or UE. So morir is just going to change to U. So muriendo. And the only other verb that is similar is dormir, which would be durmiendo. For servir, it's going to be E to I, so it's going to be sirviendo. For pedir, it would be pidiendo. Divertir, it would be divirtiendo. So IR verbs do stem change either to U or to I. Otherwise, it's always just going to be ando or iendo at the end. Normally, we use the gerund with the progressive tense. Normally, we use it with estar. So, with the present tense, estoy, estás, está, estamos, están. You can also use it with the imperfect tense, estaba, estabas, estaba, estábamos, estaban, plus the ing. Normally, you don't use it with the preterite because, again, if it's ing in the past tense, it means it's an action in progress, so it's going to be the imperfect. You could use it with like the conditional or the future tense, but we're not going to practice that right now. So, I am reading is in the present tense. So, yo estoy leyendo. And remember, it's leer. The stem ends in a vowel, so we have to add the Y. So, yo estoy leyendo. I was showering. This is the past tense. So, yo estaba. And then to shower is ducharse. It's an AR verb, so duchando. And it does have a pronoun. It's a reflexive verb. So, yo estaba duchándome. Remember, when you have two verbs, you can attach the pronoun at the end. If I do this, I have to add an accent. And if I have an accent, it's always on the ando or the endo. Estaba duchándome. I could also say me estaba duchando or yo me estaba duchando. So the pronoun can either go all the way at the beginning or all the way at the end and attached. It cannot go in the middle. If you attach it at the end, you have to add an accent. Okay, there are other helping verbs, and remember we practiced a few of these in Spanish 3. We practiced ir, andar, and seguir. So ir, remember, means slowly but surely. So vamos aprendiendo español would mean we are slowly but surely learning Spanish. Andar, remember, is to go around doing something. So Ron andaba buscando a Harry and Hermione. Ron was going around looking for Harry and Hermione. Remember, seguir is to still be doing something. Él seguía leyendo todos los días. So you can use any of these in the present or the past. He was still. You could also say kept on. So he was still, or he kept on reading every day. Llevar is a new one that we haven't done yet. When you use llevar with the progressive, it means has been or in the past had been. So, llevamos 5 años viviendo en Gainesville. Normally with llevar, you're going to have llevar and then a period of time and then the ing. So, what this means is we have been living in Gainesville for 5 years. If you wanted to say this another way, you would say hemos estado viviendo, which is literally we have been living, but it's really clunky to say hemos estado viviendo, so that's why they have this llevar. So it's llevar period of time plus ing is has been or had been doing something for a specific amount of time.